I'm happy to be here with you today and to share with everybody the success that you've had in, gosh, a short 2 years with real estate investing.
Hi, Dina.
Hi, nice to have you today. So,
Yeah,
Maya,
no,
you
it's
are an
awesome to
ROI.
be here.
Oh, good, good, good. You are an ROI Inner Circle member, and
Mhm.
in less than 2 years, you have 12 doors, and you were able to purchase two fourplexes within 6 months, right? So how are
Yep.
those going?
Those are really good for me, actually. It turns out to be really a great investment. Between the two of them, I'm netting about 1,800 to 2,000, more like 2,000 a month. So it's going really, really well for me.
That's
I
great.
mean, there's not always roses, right? There's like things that you have to, take care of, and the water heater bust, and things like that. But in general, the property managers from both fourplexes are great to work with, and no, it's cash flowing nicely for me.
That's great. And you were able to get those pretty close together, correct?
Yeah, literally 4 months
That's amazing.
apart.
Yep, that's good. So you were ready. You were already investing a little bit, and you joined the ROI Inner Circle for the benefits of what?
Well, one is I need like a community or
Mhm.
somebody else to talk to, because and also the deal flows, right? Because I before I joined, I only had like one property outside of state, and so I really need to learn how to scale, and I really need to learn to from others for deal analysis and other things, because I'm fairly new. I started this journey in summer 2019, so I mean, pretty newbie.
That's amazing. That's what I actually love about being part of what we do is that we get to see people that come into the inner circle and they say, my goal is to have one property or two properties in the next couple of years. And then bam, we see the explosive growth that we're able to help them achieve through the deal flow and
Hmm.
the connections that are able to be made through the inner circle.
Definitely.
So, yeah, I'm really happy to see your explosive growth happening.
Yeah, I don't think I could have done it without joining the group, to be honest with you, Dina, in
Uh,
not such a short time. Especially, when I joined 2019, it's already competitive, and it's really competitive now, right? In
right.
terms of, something go on the market, it goes off. But joining the group has this continuous deal flows. There are a lot of opportunities, and so that's really important when you're looking at scaling and achieving your goal, right? So
Right, right. And I think the networking, have you had good relationships built through this community?
oh
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. I still remember I reached out to Jen at first, right, to join the
Uh-huh.
group, and then through her I met Cody, right, and then you, and then most importantly, I met a really close friend who was actually my realtor, Regine, out of Austin, Texas, and we became close after the first fourplex that I purchased through her. And through that, I knew her husband, and so through that, I was able to, learn to become an accredited investor, investing in some private equity, and between the ROI and the property flow and the private equity, Dina, I had set my goal of 8,000 a month. That was my number a month, right?
Yep.
And I need to achieve that in 5 years. And within a year, like literally 2 months, I'm already at 7K.
That's
So
amazing. Yeah,
yeah,
that's amazing. And it is true. I did the same thing. Our number changes as we grow, right? On last night's masterclass call with the new investors, that's what I talked about. Your criteria will change, your monthly cash flow criteria will be adjusted, and your overall goals and your what it will take or what you want to fully cut the cord with your employer will change as you grow too. So
yeah.
you've seen it in a quick time change.
Yeah, and my numbers and my goals have changed just because, talking with you and other people in the ROI, you need to think big, right?
Mhm, mhm.
And, initially I just wanted to have that number. So then that way having jobs as an option. But then you need to do more, and it's good to achieve that number, but then what else is there? And so I challenge myself to think bigger.
Good for you. And it's interesting that fulfilling our purpose really isn't fully financial because it's what we can do with the ability that we have because of our finances, right? And you talked to me a little bit about when we talked about doing this, about what your goal is. Can you share that?
Yeah, my ultimate goal is actually be able to create memories with my family
Yeah.
and do the things that we want. But a very strong drive for me is to be able to transition my healthcare leadership career into education career, where I really want to disrupt our education system, bringing knowledge of financial literacy to our children in the community that need the most, right? And the community of colors and the community that have such a big disparity and wealth and the knowledge of wealth. I mean, I'm talking about real wealth, meaning, the financial independence, right? The financial
Right.
needs just to meet the basic needs. And so that's really the strong driver for me, because without that, I didn't really triggered to think about, okay, how else I'm going to transition, because I love what I do. Right. So I didn't even think about leaving my job at all. But because I'm seeing that need and that's just a drive for me. And so that's how I started thinking about, okay, what else is there? And that's how I got into real estate, to be honest with you. And then comes with, oh, this makes sense. And then I could totally create memories with my family too. But yeah.
Isn't that neat? And it's neat to be able to have something seated within us that we really want to do, like our why, because that fuels us. Well, you could stop probably at your 8,000, but your why is bigger than that, and so it fuels you to keep going. And
Yeah.
it becomes an addiction, addicted to ROI. Definitely becomes an addiction.
It is. It is. My husband called me that now these days. So it's okay.
A real estate addict? Yeah.
It's
great.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all right. So is there anything, so you had a little bit of fear of investing out of state when you first started to invest out of state. Do you have any advice that you would give to somebody that is afraid of that?
Yeah. So one is jot down all the concerns or the worries that you have on a piece of paper, right? And then think about how are you going to mitigate that risk? Once you have that written down, you already have your problem solved. So that's how you get over the fear of investing in real estate, and talk to the community, like talk to this group, talk to the people who've already done it, talk to, and I made mistakes, but the key is just put in action. I made a lot of mistakes in terms of, okay, how do you set up the legal and so on and so forth, right? But you just have to make massive actions, because that's how you're going to go forward, because life is not a straight shot, right? Life is messy. It's really going to be messy, right? And so when you take action, you learn and you move and you curve, and and that's really valuable to me. But the thing is, to overcome my fear, I advise to just jot down whatever that your fears are, or your concerns or your risk, and then right next to it is that how you gonna mitigate that, and then just take massive actions. And and I expect life is not gonna be straight. It's straight shot. It's messy. It's supposed to be messy, right? So
I love that. I love the take action, because I do see a lot of people that get in analysis paralysis and afraid of, am I analyzing right? Am I calculating everything right? I need to know everything about all these markets so I can figure it out. And I remember having a conversation years ago with somebody close to me, and I said, gosh, we talked about real estate investing, and then 2 years went by, and she was still stuck in the fear and I said, gosh, do you realize how much money you potentially have lost by not taking action? And taking action is okay, because you can course correct. You can, with a rental property, you can always course correct. You can sell it if you have to. You could, if you're short-term rentaling and it's not working, you can make it a full-time rental. So there's always things that we could do to course correct. But it is, I believe 100% in what you're saying. It's just take massive action. Get in, get the feet wet, and start taking action. And you, boy, 2 years, look what you've done. You've taken action.
I just go. And the thing is too, even if you make a mistake, or even if you made not the best deal or the best decision, it's okay, because you can always change it. Like, you can always 1031 it, you can always sell it off, you can always, there's always another way out. Like, so don't be so stuck on, oh, what if I'm gonna, stuck in, no, there's always a way out. Like, no matter what, the key is take the first step. The first step is the hardest for most people, and I can see it through my husband, because he's that kind of type, like overanalyzing things. And I'm kind of like a gal that, if I want something, I'll go get it. I jump, and then I'll figure it out. Like, if I fall, I'll get back up and do it again, right? And so I totally get it. But you have a group, the inner circle. You have the people that done it, and they have a lot of mistakes. Rely on them. Put in chat. Put in the forum. Whatever you need. Again, that's taking action, right? Because you want to get something. As long as you do that and get there and to purchase your first property, that's probably the hardest part.
Right. I appreciate that advice, and I think that it's good advice. And I think that having that why before the action is really critical, because that has to fuel our passion for what we do. Yeah. So, Maya, is there anything else you'd like to share?
No, other than just know your why, know your criteria, of course, right? When you decided to do real estate, and take some time to do, like joining this group, you get the what is that, the mastermind videos, and a lot of other keys, like the how to do deal analysis and things like that. And then the other tools or other posts from other members, how you evaluate a market and things like that, right? And a master group. So do that, and then jump.
Are you? Yeah, the accountability group. You've been part of one of the accountability groups, correct? I think the first one, maybe.
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, I get a lot of feedback from that. So we do the Mastermind Rush, and we have one going on right now where people can join. So if you haven't jumped in that and you want to, feel free to let me know. But yeah, we've set groups of 3 to 5 people and help you push for your goals. But it's been great talking with you. I'm so happy to see your movement. It's awesome. Yeah, keep sharing with us in the community forum, please.
I will. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for spending time with me today.
You're welcome. It was my pleasure, Dina.
Okay, take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.